This is WhyBeAre with Airport Firefighter Simulator, and as the thing before we get started, we will not be putting out any fires. I've already played this game for about an hour, but saving did not work, so I'm gonna have to go through the tutorial again in this video, and then I'll kind of do like the first mission, maybe two, but in an hour of play, I never got to do any firefighting at all. So it's more along the lines of airport maintenance crew. Until you can do firefighting, you're just basically airport maintenance crew. A very long ass tutorial this thing has. Well, it feels long. Lasts about a half hour, I would assume. Really. Anyway, so I'm a new recruit, and it says shifts begin at 6, but you know, blah blah blah. Lasts 24 hours, and now I gotta come with him, and he'll show me around this place. Now these guys, they walk with so much swag. It's just, oh shit, amazing. Look at all that swag this guy got as he walks. So much, man. But this is a very, very dull game. Or simulator. Like it's so here on the right are the auxiliary rooms. So restrooms. Yep. Okay. And pop in. Ah, those are restrooms. This is the men's. That's the women's. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go inside. They're pretty much the same thing mirrored against each other, I think. He goes through this door. I'll follow. And he's gonna be like, "Hey, look at this. This is my office." See, if I have any questions or problems, door's always open. You can also look at his computer. See what he's doing usually. Or is this his computer? I don't know. Alright, let's keep following him. So much swag in that walk. Also, yes, this game is like, it has black borders around the game. Like, I don't know what's up with that. The game, when you first start it up, it defaults to 1024 by 768. So I left it like that. And then it goes ahead and puts black bars around the screen. Why would you do that? So anyways, this is the kitchen. You'll find other people around here usually. Then we'll go to the vehicle hall and learn about vehicles. But yeah, this is the default resolution the game uses, which has black bars around it. I don't get that. The black bars are not for me editing or anything like that. They're just here while I'm playing the game. Whatever. Like this is, well, like the part that I hate is I haven't gotten to do any firefighting. Like, so I spent an hour on this and I couldn't, and then it didn't save. So I ended up spending like 3 hours before I get to do any actual firefighting. And I was not about to spend that much time on this game for the little amount of enjoyment I've gotten out of it. Well, actually, I don't even know if there was any enjoyment really. So these are just the two command vehicles. They're used for small things like burning rubbish, pins, trash cans, basically. That's what I would call them. Fucking rubbish bins. And then they're used for the daily fence inspection, which is really all you get to do for the first few days or something like that. So you just inspect the fence because that's the firefighter's job. Alright, these are the old tanker fire engines, TFEs. They're still used every day, but the Panthers are used more often. Panthers are in the next room. And yeah, I like jumping across these. That's where my enjoyment is, I think, is jumping from vehicle to vehicle on their roofs. That's the enjoyment. Because this guy walks very, very slow. Then he talks, and then you gotta... These are parking spots for our emergency doctor car and ambulance. So yeah, that's those. Doctor car, ambulance. Then we slowly trudge our way to the Panthers. Whoops, sorry for that quick cut. Anyways, these are the flagship vehicles, the Panthers. The most modern vehicles here. They have a crew of 1, and they're used for every large operation. But you need training before you can use them. So now we go back to the offices. Very slowly. Very slowly, like Look at how fast your person walks compared to them. It's ridiculous. Tutorial just drags on so hard and for so long. Whoa. Apparently you can see through some of the walls. That's new. Can I do it again? Holy shit, I just jumped through a wall. That door does not function. That wall, you just fly through it. Just amazing. Alright. Yeah, I can honestly say this is the worst simulator I've played, though. Like, and it's for all the wrong reasons. The tutorial is way too long, and it doesn't teach you very useful things much. You'll see what I mean by that eventually. But like the way they did it, there could have been so many better ways to have done it where it doesn't take nearly as long. And then you don't even get to do any fucking firefighting for at least the first hour of gameplay. When it's called Firefight Simulator, that's all I'd want. I wouldn't want to do the maintenance work. I would just want to worry about the firefighting, you know? This is the meeting room. They meet every day to discuss shifts, tasks, and the vehicles that are assigned. Each person has their own vehicle they're responsible for, kind of stuff. Kind of thing. But just, I don't know, man. This is, like, I hate this simulator. Definitely my least favorite. And the part that sucks is that the firefighting part might be good. I really have no idea because it's such a long, tedious process to be able to do any of the firefighting. Like, the thing is, it didn't save, as you saw, right? Escape. Oh, you got exit, continue. There's no save there. You know, I hit what I would usually have bound for like quick save buttons in games. You know, F5 kind of thing. That doesn't do nothing. So I don't even know how to really save. The tutorial doesn't fucking teach you that. So, all emergency calls are processed here. Yep. But what happened was I got stuck on my mission and I couldn't complete it. So my only choice was to exit. Like the first mission. And then I was like, I'm gonna have to do the whole fucking tutorial again. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it 3 times. Because I have to do it once with the tutorial and stuff and all that. So the water filling station is right there. The ball. But I wasn't about to do this goddamn tutorial 3 times. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna run with this as the tutorial. Or as the video. A little less knowledge than I would hope to be. But I was not about to do the tutorial 3 times. So over here is the old storage halls. They're used for testing the trucks, making sure they're working. Then we got the computers. Some email clients is up there. I don't know what that could be. So you keep an eye on all the airport's locations with the monitors hanging from the ceiling. Then we're gonna go to the bedrooms. So let's just watch this. This is me going to the bedroom. This is how long it takes me. Alright, I'm here. Now, watch how long I'm gonna have to wait before the guy gets here. It's gonna be a while, as a spoiler. Because he walks so fucking slow. He's about halfway down the hall. It's been about 30 seconds, so almost a whole minute behind. Maybe. No, that's overestimating. Maybe 40 seconds behind in the end, because it hasn't been 30 seconds. But he is gonna be so far behind because he's so slow. There's no reason to have his speed for walking so slow. I mean, it's just because he walks with too much damn swag. That's what happened. I'm gonna walk with too much fucking swag and he's slow as shit then. The restrooms for the crew. You'll share the room with the colleagues. Once you completed your work, you can rest here until the next thing. And I'm assuming this is safe. You know, I'm assuming that's how you would do it. But I haven't actually gotten to the point where I can. So now we're gonna go on a tour on the outside part. All right, let's see how long it takes him to get there compared to me. I could jump this. and make it even faster. But I'm gonna take the stairs and everything as if it was realistic. Boom, here I am. Start the clocks on how long it's gonna take him. It's gonna take him a long ass time. Tutorial drags on so long and hard. Like, it's just ridiculous. All I have to do right now is just jump across these cars while I wait for him to walk with super swag, with super slow speeds. Honestly, this one I would say the wait is probably going to end up being like a minute, because it was a decent distance of a walk. Alright, well, I see him about to come down the second flight of stairs. I think that was him, at least. Yeah, it's him. You can watch the great animation where his foot clips right through the stairs really easily. Just straight through those stairs, not even giving a shit. Look at that. And then we go here. We will drive separate vehicles. I'll take Florian 2 and you take Florian 1. So all I have to do is drive behind him and he explains locations. That's all. Before we go, you need to open the garage door. After the door's open, we can leave. So I open both of them because I'm such a nice guy. That's Florian 2. This is 1. So here we are. The keys are at the bottom of the screen. Then you use the plus and minus to zoom in the map, and WASD to move it, as well as 0 and 9 to change the view. So I like this view personally, because in this view there's no hands, and I don't like when that. I just don't like that. It always creeps me out. But like, no matter how hard you turn, there's no hands. So I just use that view. So the reason this tutorial is bad is so obvious here. Okay. Instead of just kind of like saying, look at this map or something. This is the site they used to test the fire engines. That's fine. There are areas here where it's perfectly fine to do it like this. But what it ends up going down to is this is the front of runway A. This is the rear of runway A. This is the back of runway B. This is the front of runway B. That is what it ends up being, and you spend a long time doing that. A really long time. Also, these cars are crazy. It's like they have a big ass turbo that takes ages to spool up. Once you hit 80, that shit's fully spooled up and you just launch to 160 kilometers an hour. I don't know. Alright, so here is, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. See, I was just trying to show off the speeding thing. These are the cargo terminals, 6 gates to the left, tower to the left, blah blah blah. Where the passengers usually go. And then another thing, to get him moving is kind of weird. You have to kind of just rock back and forth until he starts moving. If you just accelerate, he won't move. You have to like rock back and forth, and then eventually he'll move. You can see a good example. I'll not, Alright, so here's where you fill up your gas. You just hit F. So like if you don't rock, you just bump him. Oh, maybe I'm just not patient enough. Scratch that. Maybe I was just never patient enough. But like these cars, their speedometer works backwards. The faster you go, the faster they accelerate. Like the 0 to 30 speeds are slower than the 100 to 160 speeds. Almost, it feels like. That's 30. And then you get up to 60. It seems like faster. And then you're already almost at 90 by the time you can say that. Then you're at 120. And you're fucking at 160 before you know it. He just clipped through them. Yep, he just clipped right through that vehicle. I've seen him really fully clip through a bus though the first time I did this. Entirely straight through it. Like it was basically a straight road that he was following the bus on, and he just clipped right through the fucking bus. The first time I did it, I'm just like, what the fuck? Then he clipped through, you know, 3 or 4 more vehicles through the whole driving from point A to point B, saying, look at this shit. So I stopped getting surprised by it. Passing the terminals to the left. Traffic is most heavy here, so be careful. I guess you don't need to rock back and forth. I think what would happen is I just wasn't patient enough, so I take that back entirely. Also, my screen still says press F to take the fire extinguisher. You can't do that unless you're on foot. I don't know what the game's on about. Like, there's no way for me to do that if I wanted to even. Also, yes, I'm lazy and I just ram his ass every time. I don't care. Fence starts here and goes around almost the whole entire airport. Checking the fence for damage is one of our daily routine tasks. It will be your main task in the first few days. However, you've learned quickly you'll be assigned more interesting things. Unless you get your vehicle stuck, never get the chance to save, and you have to do the tutorial again. And subsequently absolutely hate the game because of that. Like, that just... I mean, I don't think there's anything to reset your vehicle, but the whole tutorial never told you anything. There might be some other bound key the tutorial doesn't tell you about, but you can't really expect me to know it. Also, his speed is so erratic, it seems like sometimes. Like sometimes he'll be like fucking flying at 160. Well, actually the thing is, it seems like he always maxes out at 150 where you max out at 160. So it's never that easy to match him. That's why I end up just ramming him all the time, because I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to try to... Like, there's no easy way to match the speed, because you have a keyboard where it's either gas on, gas off. So, kind of cruising at a speed is like gas on, gas off, gas on, gas... Like, even, like, trying to just cruise at 60, it drops so fast. You have to just really be tapping it, like, a very... It's not... like, for a keyboard, you cannot do that kind of thing. Alright, so this is where it gets ridiculous. See, we're at 14L. This is the end of the longest runway. The other end is 32R. The ends are also in the marshalling area in an emergency. It tells you every end of every runway. Like this, though. The way they tell it to you isn't much fucking help, because I'm concentrating on kind of just following them. I'm not paying much attention to the mini-map, so I kind of just like, okay, where is that in the mini-map? Like... Basically what I end up doing is I'm just like, okay, where are we? We're here on the mini-map. This is the end of the runway. Got it. It could have easily been, hey, look at this map here. You see this location? This is the end of this runway. This is the end of this one. But instead, you spend a good 20 minutes driving behind this guy and having him say, this is this end of this runway. This is the end of this runway. And it's just it's such a long tutorial for no good reason. Like, I'm learning things that could have been told to me in a 2-minute window with a map in 20 minutes of driving. And it's done like this for no good reason, really. I don't see why it had to be done like this. Like, I'm not sure why I'm so frustrated with this, but I just am. Just everything combined, lumped together, really just puts me off of this game. Like, checking the fence does not seem like the fucking firefighter's job. That seems like maintenance kind of work. Like, you got a maintenance crew that does that kind of shit, I would assume. I wouldn't think you got the firefighters checking a fucking fence. You want a firefighter across the whole goddamn airport in one of these things instead of being right next to a fire engine when there's a plane crash? No. You want them fucking right next to the fire engines. I mean, yeah, they have enough people to not worry about that probably, but still, why the firefighters? Why are they the ones that are responsible for the fence? Like, maybe that's the way it is in real life, but that still doesn't make much sense. If that's the way it is in real life, so be it, but I still don't like that. It just seems like you're a fucking firefighter. You got better things to do than to be looking at a fence. I mean, yeah, 90% of your job, well, at an airport, probably like 99% of your job is just downtime, sitting around, so they kind of give you these kind of crap tasks, but still, it just doesn't seem right to be doing that to the firefighters. I wouldn't, I mean, I totally see why they would from a financial standpoint and stuff. But I don't see why they had to simulate that. It's just the end of this runway, second longest runway. Great. I really don't care. Excuse my coughing, but I really don't care. Say, alright, now we're gonna drive to this side. Well, like the engine, it's just like, it accelerates faster the faster you go. Which basically is the exact opposite of what physics would say an engine works. Like that first 30 is so slow. It's like they somehow got it backwards, entirely backwards. Also, trying to do U-turns slows you down really hard, really fast. See, like what I end up trying to do is I end up just trying to like say, alright, I'm catching up to him, let's try to keep some momentum and just do some donuts. Usually. I don't know why, it's just the most entertaining way to kind of do it. Like, see, I'm catching up, do a donut. Catching up, do a donut. But goddamn, do you lose momentum fast. Like, we're going 100, do one of these, it drops down to 60. And it was actually going like 120 before it started dropping. Or so, maybe 110. 140, one donut. Oh, well, that was poor. They stopped because I kind of cut in front of them. That was my fault. This is the end of this runway. See, it's just like, why do we need to drive to this location? Why can't they just use a fucking map just to say this is this is the... I'd be totally fine with that because the area is so, it just all blends in. It really just all blends in. The only thing that differentiates an area from a different area to me is where it is on the mini map. So it ends up being just look at the map and figure it out. The tutorial just drags on and on. I mean, I would say we're about halfway through the driving part of like, hey, this is this runway. This is this runway. This is this runway. Just like, all I can think is, why am I doing this in the car? The car adds nothing to learning. I guess I could do like, hey, let's drive around like this. Everything going off. I don't know. But you can see we're slightly gaining on them, and out is a churn. But they never quite go to the top speed. Seems like. I mean, I'm gonna do a lot of donuts to just stay behind him right here. I mean, yeah, like I said, I could try to kind of maintain a speed, but just the physics do not work for you here at all. I'm trying to figure out what speed he's gonna go. That's not easy. See, this is another runway. Do they really need to show every fucking runway? But apparently the developer said, yeah. Even though I don't get to interact with the runways for who knows how long, like I said, I'm not gonna be able to put out any fires or do any firefighting because the tutorials and the very boring kind of like, oh, look at the fence and make sure it has no holes stuff ends up being what your task is for the first good chunk of this game. Like I said, I would say at least the first hour of it is absolutely no firefighting. And like, I just don't want that. Like, I don't want that in a simulator game. I don't fucking, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's part of the experience. And say, oh yeah, firefighters have to check fences. I don't want to fucking check fences in a game called firefighting, like Airport Firefighter Simulator or what the fuck it's called. I don't want to be doing that shit. I want to be fucking putting out fires and shit. What the fuck? He just clipped right through that car. So I guess he has maxed it out every now and then, but still seems like I might be slowly gaining. Well, there's a turn. I'll try to take it really wide and hope he can get in front of me again. Nope. He's way back there. Oh, the fence around the airport grounds ends here. That's why. Sure does, buddy. Sure does. I don't know, he ain't moving now. Maybe you do kind of have to do a little bit of a rocking behind him. There it goes. Maybe because I was just zooming in front of him, it wouldn't move. It scared him. This is the old tower. Alright, look at the old tower. Alright, this is the end of another runway. Like, I really don't know why they had to do it like that. Man, we're gonna just stop here for no reason. Alright, here's the old cargo terminal, used for cargo shipping, sure, whatever. And the shadows are weird, like, you see, or the reflections are weird. Just watch the tree. They don't update fast enough. Watch this tree. And not shadows, reflections. I know I said shadows in a second. But, you know, I say the wrong word every now and then. Smash! The other end of the general aviation runway. Great. More runways. I'm literally yawning. I'm so bored right now. Excuse me. He clipped right through that car. Right through it. Now they really just pump up the speed. Oh. Oh, I'm in the way supposedly. Yep. This is the end of it, finally. We're finally at the end of this tutorial. This is the place where you gas up. They'll see me the next day, and then we'll say, alright. It still says press F to take fire extinguisher. I'm at a fucking load screen and it still says it. Yeah, at least it's gone now. Alright, good morning. Everybody's ready, I hope, he says. Alright, then it's alright. So for you, you'll drive the Florian 1, and your job is to check fences, that says basically. And then you can do it however way, whichever starting point you want, and if you see a hole, you press F to transmit the location. Again, I know I can see it actually being a job for the firefighters, but when you're done with your task, you come to the fire station and basically do whatever you want. That's basically what that says. That's it for now. Get to work. So then we're gonna go to work. And then swag enabled. Everybody walks with so much swag. Look at that fucking just swag walks. So I am Florian 1, which is that vehicle we were just driving already. So open the thing and we get in it. And what I ended up doing, which was totally foolish on my part, is I ended up getting this thing stuck. Okay? And it's like, oh, well, there's no way to reset it. There's no way to call. I mean, I could get out of it. That doesn't do me any good. The car's just fucking stuck. So I was like, I'll just quit. Like, oh, no saves of any sorts or anything. You gotta basically restart. Oh god, don't flip. But you gotta basically restart the whole thing. And I guess I'll stay on the road type thing so I don't crash into fences. And the road's gone. Great. And there's a building to crash into. So fences. Just gonna go ahead and go to where the fence starts. There's the start of the fence. There's just the end of the fence. I don't know. I mean, there's actually a short section of fence here. It seems like this isn't the full. I don't know. So all we do is we drive along the fence and see if we see any holes. Supposedly it says you won't miss them. Like you'll see them. It'll be obvious when they're first telling you it. It says they'll be obvious. So like, that's just a fucking bush that's clipping through it. I don't know how fast I can really go before it kind of starts to all blur together. Not that fast, really. So what ended up happening though is I was just driving along this thing all happy as shit. Like, oh, look at this fence, there's no holes in it, it's great. And then a building was kind of placed, like the fence goes into the building basically. I got crammed in between the building and the fence and couldn't move. That's what happened. So then I was fucked. This is the location right up here actually. Right there, that building crams right up next to the fence. And then you get stuck and you're fucked. A fire has been reported. What the fuck? Okay. Get there as fast as possible. I'm on this shit. Alright. Press F to confirm and start mission. Alright, this never happened before. I didn't think I'd actually have to do any sort of firefighting. This is frightening. I did not plan for this at all. Okay, so that's not a fire. Where's the fire? Alright, I've arrived. Looks like it was only a false alarm. Fire's extinguished on its own. You can go back. Press F to finish the operation. Well, that was... well, I'm kind of relieved at the same time, but... I wouldn't mind trying to figure out how to put out a fire live. I'm gonna just backtrack as much as until where I was, basically, on this fence thing. And I'll keep on looking. Seems like I can kind of do a quick shortcut through. Is that a hole? Right there. No, that's just a tree. I'll just go up to where the building meets up with it, and then I'll turn around and continue from there. Yep, nothing there. Looks clean. Whoa. Whoa, what is... what the hell? What is this shit? Like the lighting. What is up with the lighting here? What the hell? That is just the tree sticking through the... It's not a hole. But this is the game. Oh god, another fire. I got this shit. Okay, it looks like I have to kind of drive around this area. I don't want to get stuck again. Alright, I see where I need to be. I say I'm arrived. Oh, look at that little trash fire. And so, I know you can get the fire extinguisher from the back. And then press left mouse to use it. Left mouse button to use it. Press F to end the operation. You can return to your fire station and continue routine work. Whew! Put out a fire! Why the hell did that trash can just combust though? Alright, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a good thing that we ended up actually being able to put out a fire, but it's still not what the game fully intends to be, and I don't think I'll be able to properly show that off. Like I said, the game fully intends to be more of the big fires too, I think, like a plane crash, which it's really one of those things that's kind of morbid, because I know a guy, like it's kind of a crazy thing, a guy I know, he used to fly planes and stuff. He flew a plane in one day, landed it, everything was fine. His buddy was taking the plane, like it was somebody who knew it was his buddy. Okay, come on, am I ever gonna fucking get to finish looking at this fence? I didn't even get to read what that said too, shit. Alright, well I see something across the whole place pretty much. But then his buddy was on the next flight with that plane. His buddy flew out with it. The plane was all fucked up somehow and it crashed and he died. And it's just like, that really fucked that guy up emotionally, because he was literally flying it a flight before it crashed, and it's just one of those things, you don't think about how fucking terrible it is when there is a plane crash. That was luckily like a cargo plane, but it's still absolutely terrible that there was 3 pilots or whatever, all of them died, and it's terrible, but I mean, it's just one of those things, when there's a plane crash, like it could be so fatal to so many people. Alright, here I am. I'm assuming it's this trash can? Where the fuck's the fire? Is it over there? I don't see a fire. I don't see the fire. That's not on fire. That's not on fire. There it is. Okay. Alright. How am I supposed to look at the fence though? I'm constantly like, oh, there's a fucking trash can combusted again. And it's across the whole fucking airport, but you're the closest there is. I don't know, man. Oh, and I'm gonna run out of gas, so let's try to make it to the gas pumps. They're actually nearby, thankfully. But I am very low on fuel. So I can't lose any momentum because I might just die. Alright, there's the gas pumps. I made it. Alright, whoops. So, go up to this. I just accepted a mission when I was trying to hit F to fuel up. I can't get out of the vehicle now. I don't know how to fuel up, that's the problem. I can't get out of the vehicle. Hitting F next to these pumps does nothing, so I'm assuming you would have had to gotten out of the vehicle in order to fuel up. Unless it's like, oh, the what you call it's on the other side or something. I don't. Yeah, this isn't doing me shit. Unless it's R for refuel. I thought it was F though. Either way, neither key is getting me anywhere, it seems like. So we're just gonna go run out of gas because that's the only option I really got right now. Is to just go and run it out of gas. Because I can't refuel because I accepted the mission when I was trying to refuel. So, well, I'm fucked. Yep, out of gas. Press E key to finish the shift, okay. You need 500 points to be promoted to the next rank. Then you get a regular fireman. Also use this. So now I can save because my shift is over. And it's saying embarrassing that I ran out of fuel. It's not like I could have a fucking choice. I accepted a mission when I was trying to hit fuel up. And then it would have let me do anything. So I'm gonna just save this shit. Fucking fires. And you know what, I could let's play this if anybody wants me to. Otherwise, I'm done with this. And till next time, this is WhyBeAre. See ya.